let's give the top 5 reasons Brock Purdy will not ball out in 2024. You gave the reasons why he will. So let me take a stab at the reasons why he absolutely will not ball out in 2024.
All right.
1, the Niners have not improved the offensive line. It's not better than last year. It's not worse, but it's still a major issue. And 2, Kyle Shanahan has had a pattern of not being able to keep his quarterbacks healthy. He did it last year, which makes me wonder about this year. Can he do it 2 years in a row? Has he ever?
No. He hasn't yet.
No. 3, Deebo Samuel and George Kittle are regressing. I'm sorry. They did a whole bunch of nothing in the Super Bowl. And they're very important to this team. Brandon Ayuk's getting better. Christian McCaffrey's still good, although you never know with running backs. But Deebo and Kittle, I mean, they'll have their moments. They will have their moments. But what are they really going to do on a week in and week out basis at this point in their careers? And then I feel like the book on Brock is getting better. And maybe it's not just him, but it's the whole team. He started like 25 games, including the playoffs, and his playoff performances weren't that great. I don't know why. He didn't turn the ball over, although he had some near drops. You could blame his weapons. Maybe Deebo wasn't good. Maybe Ayuk wasn't good. I don't know. But his quarterback rating was below 90 in all of his playoff games this year. And is that just an aberration, or is it a sign of things to come? I've teams sort of figured out, well, if we play man-to-man coverage, we can take away a bunch of his weapons. I mean, McCaffrey will be tough to cover man-to-man, but he's not going to, if he gets 10 catches, he'll have 100 yards. I mean, he's not going to gouge you. Deebo will do nothing against man-to-man coverage. He's regressed. He can't run a go route anymore. I don't know. I'm curious to see, is that 4? It might have been only 4 reasons. I don't know if I can think of a 5th.
I could probably think of a couple, but possible reasons. But I do want to push back on a couple of them. I do agree, same offensive line, but the cohesion of it, there is something to be said for that. They played a whole year together. Maybe this year they'll have a little bit more cohesion. And sure, I'm still hopeful the 49ers find some talent there in the draft. So maybe they do upgrade slightly there. When it comes to Deebo, I agree. I don't think Deebo is going to get better. I think he's peaked already, and I think he's not going to be a better route runner this coming year. He's not going to be better against man coverage. So there is that.
He was never good against man coverage, but one thing he could do is if you played him aggressive press man coverage, he could run deep. He was fast. Yeah. I don't think he's as fast as he used to be. I don't think he can do that anymore.
Here's the other
No one's afraid to play to jam Deebo. No one's afraid. They used to be.
No. Even guys are calling him out, talking about how bad he is at it. The other thing I listed it as a positive, but it could actually work against him. His comfortability, his confidence in the offense now. He's known for being a gunslinger. Like if you look, I mean, not necessarily the kind of gunslinger that throws the ball 60 yards downfield, but a gunslinger as far as like let it rip and see what happens. We saw a couple sketchy touchdowns that he threw that could have easily been interception. Maybe a new level of confidence and comfortability in this offense brings out a little bit more of that from him. Some of the stuff we saw in college where he's just a little bit more riskier than he would in prior years. Maybe, rookie year, last year, he's a little bit conservative. I don't want to turn the ball over. Got to impress coach and my teammates. Maybe this year it's like, hey, I'm that guy. I got to go out and earn this big contract, and I'm going to let it rip. And that could backfire against him. So that is a possibility of one of the reasons why he would not ball out. And the other thing would be just the film the defenses have on him. People are going to be studying what the Ravens did to Brock Purdy to affect him and make him look so bad in that game. But if I had to bet, I would bet on the top reasons he will ball out versus not ball out.
I got one more reason he won't ball out.
Mm-hmm.
If it rains a lot. It's been raining a lot in Northern California. If it rains in the fall next year, it's all bad. It's all bad. It's his kryptonite.
Yeah. You better hope El Nino doesn't. If we get an El Nino season, that's Brock's greatest enemy. Yeah, that part is a little suspect. He has not shown that he can play well in the rain. Maybe what he's doing this year, and again, I trust Brock's mentality and his work ethic. And so maybe what we see from Brock Purdy, or maybe we don't see it, but maybe he takes care of that in this offseason and does what his coach refuses to do in practice, which is practice with the wet ball. So maybe that's an area of improvement we see from Brock
maybe
Purdy.
he could do it on his own. Like your coach won't let you, so you do it.
He can.
Nathan Ray says Hayne playing better than CMC rugby legend. No. Ain't playing. Dreams 24 says, will Jim Harbaugh's success affect Kyle and Jed, hypothetically, if Jim wins a Super Bowl? I don't know, but I hope so.
Their pride.
Yeah. Spider Rico says, Purdy has shown he can save a bad Kyle play call with his off-schedule play. Kyle needs to ease some control and give Purdy freedom, responsibility to audible. No. Kyle needs to be more controlling.
There's an area where he does need to improve as well. Like Brock Purdy did not lose that Super Bowl.
No.
But he did have some opportunities to win it. And some opportunities, I think, like a Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes probably would have took advantage of. That 3rd and 4 with 2 minutes left. Brandon Ayuk was wide open. Had he seen that, anticipated that could have won the game for the 49ers. So maybe studying the film, building his confidence, things like that will help him make those plays in the future.
West Bay Niner Talk says, now that Eagles and Ravens copied Niners with acquiring elite running backs, list 1 through 3 who have the most rushing yards, including CMC.
List 1 through 3. Who have the most rushing yards? Now that the Eagles and Ravens have copied 49ers with acquiring elite running backs, who will have the most rushing yards?
Derrick Henry, Saquon Barkley, CMC. Okay. I'm going to go with 1, Derrick Henry. Yeah. 2, CMC.
CMC. Yeah,
that's and then 3, Saquon. Yeah, I'm with you.
That's how I would have it. I think Kyle might dial CMC back a little bit this year. Maybe that's more of a hope, but I would imagine that he's like, all right, we did that last year. Let's keep you healthy. That's my hope, at least.
Yeah, I think you need to dial it back with everyone except Ayuk, to me. A little less McCaffrey, a little less Debo, a little less Kittle, a whole lot more Ayuk.
I'm going to say this. A little less Debo, more Kittle and Ayuk. Yeah. I want more Kittle.
Yeah.
I've been wanting more Kittle.
That's true. I mean, 2 catches for Kittle, you could